I am here with Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III. How are you, sir?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. How you been?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. Let's just jump right into this. What can you tell me about your partnership with Oral-B?
It's been great. It's cool to be able to add them in my routine. They got me the IO series. It's been great for me. It's got the 2 minute timer on there to let me know how long I've been brushing my teeth and everything. So it gives me that perfect clean.
Absolutely. And I know that Oral-B hooked Blitz up with a new set of teeth. What was your reaction when you first saw his new teeth?
Yeah, when I first saw him, it was actually crazy because you usually don't see Bliss with the teeth, but like when he came in there and we was doing the pictures together, it was cool to see though.
Yeah, absolutely. Love those pearly whites. Let's just jump right into some, NFL questions here. Explain the feeling of not only being a Super Bowl champion, but being the first Super Bowl MVP running back since Terrell Davis won it back in 1997.
Yeah. It's great. At first, like when it happened, it took a few days to like really process what happened and how far we came as a team. And then after that parade is really when it hit that we were Super Bowl champions for real.
Absolutely. I mean, was there any moment during the game where you're like, oh yeah, they can't stop me?
Um, Really, that was just my mindset going into the game. I watched a lot of film on him and I seen some of the stuff that he was doing, and as long as we did our job, we was gonna be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. You just became a Super Bowl MVP, for the Seattle Seahawks. And what do you think about legacy? When you think about legacy, what do you want people to say about you 10 years from now?
Um, I just want them to think I'm a great athlete. The way we talk about the guys like Barry Sanders back in the day and Adrian Peterson and all those guys, even, Terrell Davis was on one of the Super Bowl MVP. So I think it's cool, especially like being on that list of the certain guys that were MVPs as running backs. I think that's a good milestone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what was the biggest lesson that you learned during the 2025 season that helped you propel yourself to have the success that you've had?
Um, just staying positive, through the adversity. Just staying positive through stuff like that and just control the controllables. Like everything I control, just control that and staying focused on the main thing.
Absolutely. When Zach Charbonnet went down, was there any kind of moment that you guys shared with each other? Like, did you say, I got this, don't worry about it?
I would say, um, I ain't gonna say what we talked about, but after the game is really when we like it was later on that day. We always talk and text and call and everything. So we had a talk and everything. So that meant a lot. And I just made sure I let him know I had him for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Sam Darnold coming over to the Seahawks was, a really big deal, but clearly a much bigger deal considering he was a major driving force for this offense. What wisdom or knowledge did Sam Darnold pass down to you this season, and what did you learn from him?
Um, I mean, I usually just my pops passed down knowledge to me, so you know what I'm saying. But we talked about a lot of things, like talked about his journey and how he handled his journey and everything, like his mindset going into a lot of things that he went through. So it was good to know, and our us building that relationship with each other, it was good, especially towards the end of the season.
Absolutely. I mean, Clint Kubiak is now the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. How much did he shape your career in 2025, and what was your thoughts on his exit from the Seahawks?
Um, I would say he was always wanting to get better. No matter how much we won the game by, he still wanted to find things to critique just so we weren't satisfied. He knew our main goal was winning the Super Bowl. So he kept our minds on that, you know what I'm saying? And him going to be a head coach somewhere, that's good. I think that's a great thing. That's moving up in your career or, whatever. You want to be the best at what you do. So him getting a head coaching job is great and I'm happy for him.
Absolutely. I mean, you just posted your second 1,000-yard season in your career. Only 4 seasons in the NFL thus far. You have a very long career ahead of you. There's been a lot of chatter about free agency, the potential that you may have a new team in 2026. Does this kind of concern you, or are you confident you'll return to the Seahawks?
I'm not concerned at all. My mind hasn't really been on that yet. We still got probably like a week or so. So I just been chilling, been here chilling at the crib, playing a game, just relaxing. So Once the whole process starts, that's when I feel like I'll start thinking about it and, being more into that.
Absolutely. Follow-up question. What's that game you're playing? What's your favorite game?
Right now I just started a game called Neo 3. So I've been on that. You know what that is?
Yeah, I played the first two.
For real? Yeah, the third. I never played the first two. This is my first one playing, so I just skipped to the third one, and it's pretty cool right now. I'm getting my ass whooped though.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty tough games, and they've only gotten tougher as they've gone on, but that's an absolutely great
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Let's do a little fun one here. Who's on your Mount Rushmore of running backs?
Um, Barry Sanders. Uh, I love watching film, like not film, but like the documentaries of Marcus Allen, just because the stuff he went through, but he still like, weaved through that adversity. I love Adrian Peterson, and I would say Walter Payton.
That's a fantastic list. I firmly believe that the fullback position is one of the most unsung heroes of the NFL. What did having a true fullback do for your reads and for your season in 2025?
Um, it was great. Having that extra blocker, had to get um I guess used to it at first, you don't gotta follow everywhere he goes type stuff, But yeah, it was good, Oots, I would say Oots is just so unselfish on the way he did things and he was always going 100%. So I loved having him up there.
Absolutely. As a running back in today's NFL, like what do you do to kind of protect your body, especially being that tough downhill runner, so that way you have longevity in your career?
You mean after the games or when? Like when?
Before the games, after the games,
Okay.
just to play
Okay.
this full season that you've played in the way
Gotcha.
that you played it.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, and that was like what I was learning throughout these past years is really having that routine, like protecting, I mean, doing recovery after the game, making sure recovering before the game, eating right and sleeping right as well. So all that just ties into my routine, and I just got to make sure, like, just to stay consistent with that throughout the season.
Absolutely. Considering the Seahawks' success and all the tough teams that you had to play in 2025, who were the toughest defense to go up against, and who were like the biggest run stoppers that you went up against?
Um, I would say the Colts, they was pretty good. They game plan real well. So I just got to give credit to the Colts. When we played them, they was all over the run game.
Absolutely. If you had to describe your running style in 3 words, what would they be?
um, uh, Explosive, elusive, and shifty. I guess. Wait, elusive and shifty would be the same thing, huh?
They're kind of a little bit different.
All right, all right.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, 4 years into your career, very young career, very long career ahead of you. Is there added pressure now that you've won the Super Bowl and you've been a Super Bowl MVP to go back and win it again?
Um, I don't think it's added pressure. I feel like it wasn't pressure on us when we won the Super Bowl. So, if we put pressure on ourselves, I feel like we'll make it harder for ourselves to go back out there and win the Super Bowl. So, really, just I think it's better that you know what it takes to go win a Super Bowl. I think you would have more pressure first time going into it because you don't know what it takes. But I feel like it'll be less pressure now.
Absolutely. I mean, how have different coordinators in Seattle changed the way that you see the game and the way that you operate?
Um, I feel like having different coordinators, like it kind of helped me in a way as if, I mean, as in like I've been in different systems, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I understand different systems. So I feel like that's a good thing. And I feel like it's a good thing, it's just learning. So, learning different systems is always good.
Absolutely. Last question for you, Kenneth, and I'll let you get out of here. Is there any coach, player, or anybody that's been kind of like your guiding light throughout your career thus far?
There's got to be a coach or a player, you said?
Coach, player, yeah, or anybody really.
Yeah, I just say my dad. That's who really just helped me with everything, growing up. So I would say my dad, especially throughout this season, all the late night talks we had, he would be the one for sure.
Was he your toughest critic as well?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. If I make a mistake, he gonna let me know.
Absolutely. Kenneth, thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to talk to me. I truly appreciate it.
Yep, I appreciate you, bro.